What a perfect day to show you the new Rab Veil XP rucksack, because it's waterproof and it's raining. So Rab have been making running gear for quite a few years now, and lo and behold, they've done a really good job of it. What a surprise. And this latest iteration in their rucksack running range is quite amazing and award-winning, and I'll show you why. We've been stocking and using the Rab Veil 6 and 12 race vests for the last few years, and they've been really successful. Everyone thinks they're really comfortable and perfect. So, of course, they're going to make a bigger one. So more and more people are getting into longer races and fast packing. So fast packing basically means anytime you're moving in the hills and you want to keep it light and move fast. Doesn't mean you have to be running. This could be a really ultralight overnight camp or long day in the hills where you might want to scramble around and run and move fast, or just having a nice walk and want to feel comfortable and secure. So the new Veil XP range I think does that beautifully. They do a 20 and a 30 litre. I've got the 30 litre here. So obviously if you're doing longer races such as like the Spine race, which has become incredibly popular now, this is probably the absolute ideal bag for it. But I don't want people to think it's only for running. Like I say, walking around in it, even takes ice axes if you needed. Imagine doing the Anakia Ridge in Glencoe, but wanting to do it fast and light and feel really secure. This bag could be perfect for it. This bag actually won the ISPO Awards last year, which is a huge trade show in Europe, mainly for its innovation and its design. I know quite a few people who've done longer races such as the Spine, and some of them have stuck to old school running rucksacks. Now, they've actually had some real issues with that. No matter how well designed for running a proper rucksack is, or backpack, you still have to try and get weight on your hips. It bounces around, and some of them had actual really bad friction burns on their hips where they were bleeding. I think we need to give up on that idea and accept that a race vest where it sits a bit higher and really tight is the way to go. And you can have them big now, like this, 30 litres. Both the 20 litre and the 30 litre come in two sizes, the small and the medium. And the 30 litre medium that I've got here weighs in at 553 grams. Obviously a small will be even lighter and the 20 will be lighter again. Now the major talking point and the most obvious and most interesting feature about this bag is it's waterproof. So it's a fully waterproof bag with tape seams and a silicone outer, so it repels water really well. Not only is that very useful because it repels water, it's waterproof, great, but that means you can actually save a little bit of weight, so you don't have to put everything you own in a waterproof dry bag. Obviously that relies on how well you've rolled the roll top and clipped it shut, which if you do it properly, a good few turns, everything should stay dry in there. Packing this bag up to show the camera it today, it's been quite amazing how much stuff it will actually swallow. I actually had a bit of trouble trying to make it look really full for the camera. So there's actually a big pair of size 11 boots in there, a down jacket, a waterproof, a water bottle. Obviously got both my poles, a map, a hat, gloves. So I can imagine people are really into the lightweight camping. We'll get their overnight gear in here. You know, we do tents that are down to like 500 grams and tiny sleeping bags and stoves. When I heard this bag was fully waterproof, I got a little bit concerned that it might feel a bit grim when wearing against your back, getting sweaty, particularly running in it. But they've conquered that really nicely with this 3D mesh back system. So the bag feels like it's a little bit away from you, and you've got a really breathable venting back, which feels lovely, but really close as well. The waist strap and shoulder panels use their tried and tested mono mesh, which is really amazing material. The smaller bags, the Veil 6 and 12, use a lot of this stuff, and it holds basically no water. So you get really sweaty or go in the rain, it comes back feeling completely dry because it just doesn't absorb anything. So that's sort of the perfect material for a waterproof bag and for running in and sweating in. And also it's incredibly light and incredibly durable. The features of this are absolutely brilliant as well. So what I really like is the pole storage. So a lot of these bags, you can usually attach your poles in some way, but that usually involves tricky little clips. So you can see here, I've managed to just drop them in the sides, no problem at all. I've not even got nice modern thin ones. They're quite bulky for Z poles and they've dropped in with absolutely no issues. Both sides have really good elasticated side pockets which swallow a map or a Nalgene bottle. If you are running, I think a Nalgene might bounce out of there, so you're better using the tried and tested chest bottle holders. Also a huge big elasticated bungee pocket here for shoving layers that are coming on and off all the time. What I really like is Rab have used every little bit as storage areas, so this mesh bungee pocket here isn't just shove it in there, it comes all the way up here and all the way down into the waist belt, so you can hide things in little crevices really nicely. And when you're taking loads of gear out of the bag, you can actually still compress it really well. So I can imagine using this for shorter runs, even when there's just one jacket in the bag. It'll compress and it won't bounce around. So even though the Z poles drop in here nicely, you have got these bungee cords on the chest strap here, so you can put the poles away while you're running without having to take the pack off. So looking at the pack from this angle, this is the 3D mesh back system, which is incredibly comfy. And then you can see the mono mesh, which I've used all around the hip belt here and on the sides here. Again, cleverly Rab using all the storage space possible. You can get 2 bottles, one on each chest pocket, and that'll take like a 500ml sort of collapsible bottle that we're all used to now. But on top of that, they've given extra zip pockets as well. So this one's got my phone in right now, and that's dead handy for like snacks and things you want to get out on the go. And again, this side, another big zip pocket here, which is really useful because people get terrified of dropping things on the go. So you can shove it in there, zip it up, know it's nice and secure. I'd say this waist belt system here is quite unique because obviously most race vests are smaller than this, don't really need one of those. But most rucksacks have a proper hip belt. I would say this is neither. This sort of just holds you nice and secure. And I think it's needed for a bigger bag like this. What I quite like about it is the Velcro strap is sort of really good at compressing and make sure it's nice and tight, but you don't have to do that every time because they're giving you a nice big, easy to do with gloves on buckle. So once you've got the adjustment just right, every time you need to, just clip it on, clip it off. If you like using a water bladder, there's a nice big sleeve down here, which will take a 3-litre bladder, no problem. Clip at the top to stop it falling down. And also it's quite cleverly positioned, so it's not inside the bag, so it doesn't feel like it's taking up the space you've got. And it just sits in the little gap between the back system and the bag. The sternum strap, or 2 of them we've got here, I think work really well. So it's bungee cord, which a lot of brands use, and a little clip. So hook and loop sort of system. Some people put such skinny little buckles on there trying to save every gram. They're a nightmare to use. Quite like these quite chunky ones, easy to do, and quite a lot of adjustment on them as well. Got a really simple but effective top tensioner here so you can hold your gear nice and secure when you're moving fast. So what an amazing piece of kit. I think it's designed for runners, but I think anyone could use it. Day walking, camping, and obviously those longer distance runs. Just a note on sizing, I'm 6'4", about 90 kilograms, and this is the medium, the biggest they make, and it fits me pretty nicely. Hopefully you liked this video, and if you want to see more videos like it, make sure you like and subscribe.